So you're thinking about getting into carpet pythons, but somebody had a bad experience and told you that they're bitey and they're mean and they're aggressive and you should stay away from them. Well, my name is Riley. You're watching Riley's Reptiles, and today I'm going to tell you otherwise. And we're going to show you just how cool carpet pythons are, why you really should give them a second chance. No bites. So this guy is a jungle carpet, and particularly the zebra morph. And most people who know about carpet pythons' reputations will tell you jungles are bitey, zebras are awful, just can't tame the beast, just whatever, just not pleasant. Well, that's clearly not occurring right now. That's not the case. So what I'd like to talk about is how each animal is a little bit different. They're intelligent enough to learn your behaviors, and they'll remember things. So you can get an animal that might not like you on day one, but eventually you guys will be buddies. Just takes a little work on your hand. Socializing and reading their behavior. This guy gets nervous, and I know when he's nervous and what that means because I've had him for a while. It's just one of those things. You got to learn your animals, and you'll figure them out. But not all animals are as easy to sort of break through. Some of them are tough nuts to crack. So why don't we take a look at someone like that? So here we have a breadlie or a Centralian python, and these guys are actually known for being pretty placid and pretty mellow. But what you don't see going on here is that today's actually feeding day here. I've got a bucket of rats and mice sitting right by my foot here. All these animals have been in here overnight with that smell of the impending feed. Still not getting nailed, so it's obviously not a food response. And this guy has actually bit me once or twice when he was a little bit younger. And I've got to say, it's not anything that I would consider part of his personality. Baby carpet pythons, it's kind of part of their repertoire. Younger carpet pythons, they're going to start losing that. And then around 2 years old, if you haven't seen progress, you might need to start working a little bit harder. But by 2 years old, they're pretty mellow for the most part. And I can just go right in and pick these animals up. Granted, I know these snakes. I know their behavior. I know what it's like when they're probably sleeping, when they're on edge, and anything in between. So I can read that. And usually when I get bit, it's because I made a mistake and misread some behavior. So let's check somebody else out. Who's here? Hi, hungry guy. He's getting fed today. But we're all good. He's a smart snake. He knows what's up. Don't you, bud? No. Let's take a look at some of his babies. Now, babies are going to bite. That's just what they do. Nothing yet. Oh, so little. This little boy is learning. Everything that's going on right now is an experience. So he is learning. And no biting. There you go, bud. Let's say hi to another baby. Haha. The little grumpykins. This guy's very scared and defensive. Look at him. He's a little bit on edge. That's okay. He's still new to the world. It's only like 3 weeks old. Hi, little monster. See? They're worth it. So remember, we've got food in the room, It's been sitting here overnight. Animals are aware of it. Now we're going to go in and I'm going to introduce you to one of my snakes who fit that bill of defensive, not aggressive, defensive. When she was a baby, she would bite, fling urates and feces anytime I touched her, wanted nothing to do with me. A couple years of practice, patience, and handling later, and she's a big, trustworthy animal. She's a big girl. She would intimidate some people, I would imagine. I have zero concerns reaching in there barehanded, no tools when there is food present, because this animal is intelligent, and I've given her years to learn me, and those years I've learned her. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you just exactly that. And just like that, no issues. She knows there's food here. She's awake. She could have easily responded in a defensive or food response type behavior. But she knows me. These animals are intelligent. And I'm not saying she knows me and doesn't know you sort of thing. I'm saying they know people. They understand behavior. And I'm a consistent person with consistent behavior. And that's very understood for the majority of these animals. Now it takes time and they don't always get it, and they're all different and they have different personalities, very calm or high strung or tense or what have you. They vary immensely just like people do. So that being said, does this animal deserve a bitey, aggressive, mean reputation? Maybe. She thinks I'm feeding her, but she's a good girl. So I think what we'll do is we'll get her fed today, and all will be well. Carpet pythons don't deserve this bad reputation. They're not mean. They're not out to get you. This girl's a sweetheart. They really, really do pay attention to what's going on in their world. They understand. So if you give them the opportunity to learn, and you learn their behavior, you should have no issues with an animal like this. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for tuning into the channel and giving these animals a chance. I hope you guys maybe open up and think about maybe getting some carpet pythons into your collection if you're looking for something new and interesting. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you next week.